Hi there and welcome to another episode of Andy Robinson RC, and cheers again for checking out the channel and joining us for this episode. Right, in this video, as you can see, there is a box in front of us with a new car to me and the channel, and also we've got our Kyosho Mark II Fazer Dodge Charger from the 1970 Dodge Charger. I nearly said it was from 1970. So what we've got here is a Traxxas Fortec 3.0 four-wheel drive chassis with a factory 5 replica 33 Hot Rod Coupe body. This is something that Traxxas bought out fairly recently. I think probably about 7 to 9 months ago now, but I don't think they've been over in the UK as long as that. But anyway, as soon as I saw pictures of these, I wanted to get one, so I was keeping a lookout for them. Now, they retail over in the UK for about 300 to 335, that sort of price. I must admit, I didn't really want to pay that sort of money for one. Although, you know, I mean, it is a fully ready to run kit. It's all ready to go, but still, you know, I mean, that for a similar thing, that was 244 for the Kyosho. But anyway, I was looking upon Marketplace. It's great at times, and I found this one here. I'm going to show you in a minute in Preston. So that's about 18 mile from where I live, and I struck a deal with the guy who was selling it. He sold it me for a really reasonable price, considering it'd hardly been used. He'd used it for about 15 minutes, if that, and put it on his shelf. And he was coming through to Blackpool on the next day, and he offered to drop it off. So fantastic! I thought, I'll have that. I'll tell you what I paid for it. I paid £170 delivered. I thought that was a steal, and it is practically brand new. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip the box out of the way for a minute, and you can actually see it. And there it is. Look at that. How sweet is that? So let's say factory 5 replica by Traxxas, and it's a 33 coupe. Fantastic looking sort of street hot rod car. So that is cool. I'm going to just put that there a sec. Right, I'll just read you some of the features that comes on this if you're not familiar with the Fortec chassis. Now, years and years ago, I had the very first Fortec when it first came out, and that must have been mid to late 90s off the top of my head. So I remember that. I don't even know how I came across it, to be honest, but I had one. Anyway, so this is the 3.0 Fortec chassis. They do, I think, a few other sort of bodies on this, but I say this is the hot rod one. This is the one that interested me. Okay, so it comes with full bearings. You get 2.1 wheels with 2.8 tyres and moulded disc brakes. You get a low-profile clipless front body mount, which I'll show you. Oil-filled GTR shocks. Now, those are a lot smaller than the touring car shocks it would usually come with. Mainly, I think, partly for the to go with the stylisation in the body, but they still work. Fixed gear mesh system, so you can fit various pinion styles, and by the looks of it on the motor mount, it tells you which screws to mount it to with for the pinion you want. Front and rear limited slip differentials and integrated servo saver. And there we go. For the bodywork, it's got detailed side mirrors, moulded front and rear lights with LEDs. I'll plug them in for you as well. You can see that. Detailed front grille, the 33 hot rod body. It's brushless ready should you want to upgrade it. Shaft driven, all-wheel drive system with heavy duty front and rear differentials and bearing supported centered drive shaft. Steel drive shafts, waterproof electronics, extended hot rod chassis, high performance suspension geometry, I can't say that. So yeah, quite cool that, I think. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, the body does it for me. I mean, I think I said with the Dodge Charger, my favourite muscle car ever, the Dodge Charger. But I think that hot rod just pips it for me personally. Love a hot rod. It'd been even better if it had been a 32 Ford Coupe, but you know, I'm not going to grumble too much. Anyway, let's show you how this comes off. So, okay, so it's got two clips on the back there. So you lift that up, and then at the front here, you just slide it forward, and it tilts off there. Right, so then for a bit, I'm going to unclip the lights. But the body is nice. So that is the actual chassis to the Fortec. Feels quite weighty actually. I'll tell you what I do like on this as well, besides the body mounts, is I love the battery retainer on this. Dead easy, dead easy. So it has a little tab there, you press down, that slides out and up, and there you go, battery's out, dead easy. How cool is that? And then again, you just slide that back in. Brilliant, love that. I think that is a wicked. It's running the Traxxas XL5 ESC and the Titan, the Titan 12-turn 550 motor. So yeah, it's probably got enough power and torque in this. So yeah, there you go. That is it. That's the chassis there. I think it's quite nice. Nice and clean layout as well. Loving the wheels, they're nice, and you can really see the brake calipers in there. That looks good, just like you can on the Charger, but it's got smaller wheels, so it's harder to notice. So what I will do is, while we've got the Charger here, we'll just whip the body off on the Charger and have a look at them side by side. Now, yeah, okay, the Traxxas is dearer. I'll give you that. So I'd like to have seen the Traxxas more at this price point, I think, of the Charger. You know, I think that would have been cool. But I do prefer on this the battery mounting system on the Traxxas. This is alright, the Kyosho one's fine, it's got a Velcro strap as I showed you, but you know, you could replace that if it wears out, but Velcro, I think it wears and then it starts to look tatty. It's just a personal thing more than anything, but I do prefer that Traxxas battery retainer on that. Now let's have a look. So the Dodge Charger, which is very scale looking, has got smaller, softer tyres. The ones on the Fortec are well, they're bigger, and also they're a lot harder. I won't say a lot harder, but they are harder, you know. Well, as well, if you look at the two chassis, the Fortec, especially the Hot Rod one, is a longer wheelbase than the Kyosho Mark II Fazer. There you go, you can see it there. But, you know, I mean, aside from that, and they are a very similar thing, really. You know, they've both got double wishbone suspensions. They're both all fully ball race, and you know, shaft driven. Electrics on the right hand side and battery on the left. Well, from where I'm looking anyway. You know, oil-filled shocks. You know, you expect them to be, you know, these two chassis to be competing each other. Now, as I said, you know, I prefer the fact that I think this, price-wise, probably wins down, you know, hands down on price. You know, it's almost £100 cheaper than the Fortec by Traxxas. But I suppose it depends what you like, doesn't it? I both like them. Got to get this running yet, but I love the Charger. That was ace to drive. But we'll get this one out for you soon and show you running. But initial impressions, yeah, really liking that a lot. Now what I will do is I should just put the Kyosho there, and I'm going to plug in so you can see the lights on the car because it's ace. So yeah, all you do, remember as well, I have had this running, tell you a bit of a lie, I have tested it briefly. But what you do need to do is you need to make sure this, if you're using 7.2 volt battery packs like I do, you need to make sure you disable the low voltage detector on the ESC, else it won't drive properly. But other than that, it's fine. It says it's 2S capable. It'll happily do 2S. Try that. Okay, now put the lights in so I can show you with those lights on. And put the body cell back on. But, just put a clip in there just to hold it, and you'll see. I mean, how cool does that look with you know, those lights on it? It looks absolutely ace. I did a short video with, well, a reel on Instagram with this, and it was perfect for playing ZZ Top in the background, but I'm not a big fan of ZZ Top, so I played Led Zeppelin instead. But yeah, ace. That does look fantastic. So, also I forgot to mention as well, you do get an optional speed gear with this if you want to do speed runs, and that should take it to a top speed as it is of 30 miles an hour with the optional gearing, which I haven't fitted to this yet. I'll say it'll do 2S LiPo, or it will also take an 8.4 volt Nitin battery pack as well to give it a bit more power. I'll just be running this on the 7.2, but you can use other battery options. But yeah, I mean, it's a cruiser, this, isn't it? I mean, it's just ace. Right, what we'll do is we'll get that camera over, and we'll have a bit of a closer look at it. Oh, look at that! How freaking cool is that? That is ace. And you've got the rear tail lights as well. You can just about see them on the back of the hot rod there. But that is so cool. This. Now, I am obviously holding the camera in. I'm going to try and unclip it a minute, and then you can see a close up on the chassis as well. So hopefully, bear with me. I'll try and not shake it as much as possible. Right, so there you go. That is a close up on the chassis there. You can see how it's all laid out. So I suppose pretty simple stuff. I said it is kind of similar to the Kyosho. And so it has got those GGR shocks that Traxxas use on some of their smaller scale kits, but I think they've put them on this just to you know, keep it in keeping with the body style that they fitted to the chassis. Seems okay though. Yeah, sorry, a bit noisy, but yeah, seems all right. We'll see when we run it. Yeah, sort of loosely put it back on. And failed miserably now. Sorry about the camera wobble. But there you go. Absolutely beautiful. Right, okay. That is the Traxxas 4Tech replica of the factory 35-33 Hot Rod Coupe. If you don't know who Factory 35 are, they are a custom manufacturer of cars out in, I think, is it Massachusetts? And they've been running since 1995, I think, off the top of my head. And they do a lot of bespoke cars for people. And this is a replica of one of them. You can actually see it on the Factory 35 website. Anyway, there you go. I'm going now. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated as always. And so thanks to everyone who has subscribed so far. Okay, hit the like button, notification bell, and also you can come and find us on Instagram and Facebook on Andy Robinson RC. Right, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon, and we'll see you on the next video. See you later.